Hello everyone, welcome to today's session on cyber safety and internet users. And I am excited to guide you throughout this session this important topic. Let's be start by asking how many you spend at least 4 hours a day online. It could be for working, streaming, gaming, or just browsing social media. That's a lot of time, isn't it? While the internet has brought convenience and countless benefits of our lives, it is also comes with risk. Cyber crimes is one of the risk or one of the rise, and understanding how to protect yourself online is more important than all. So today's session is all about the cyber safety, navigating the digital world securely. Here what we learn and what we cover today. So first topic we cover in today's session is introduction to cyber safety and common threats we face. Secondly, we cover safe internet practices like how we use safe internet or how we set our passwords and everything show you in my desktop also. And I am going to show you one practical thing how you can set up your strong password. Protect yourself and your family also. How you can protect your family and your children, everything. After third one is how to respond to cyber incident and implement advanced safety measures. So how we can implement the advanced cyber safety measures. Everything I cover in this whole session. By the end of session, we will clear understanding of how to navigate the internet safely, both of yours and those you care about. Let's start it. So our first topic is all about the what is a cyber safety. So, cyber safety refers to practices and tools used to protect individuals and organizations from online risks. It aims to safeguard personal data, digital devices, online identities, like online security. So, protecting your devices, accounts, and data from unauthorized access or harms. Data privacy, controlling how your personal information is collected, used, and shared online. Responsible online behavior, making a smart choices about what you share, who you can interact with, and what you download on online sites. Like many times you surf for third-party websites, like third-party websites you scroll, and there are some kind of malware, viruses are bind on those kind of websites. So when you scroll those kind of websites, so automatically those kind of virus installed in your system. So how we can prevent from those kind of things? Everything I cover you in whole session. Like personal data means, what is a personal data? Personal data is your own identity. So prevent unauthorized access to sensitive information like addresses, phone number, and financial details. After digital devices, so we have many kind of digital devices like your laptops, your Android phone, your tablets, your Android watches. So protect smartphone, laptops, your computers from malware and unauthorized controls. After online identities, like ensure the social media accounts, email, and other digital identities are not compromised. So, how we can prevent our identities, how we can prevent our online identities, like your email address, like your personal detail, like your social media handle. So, how we can prevent our those kind of identities, online identities from hackers. So, everything I cover in the whole session. So, there are so many methods to protect our identities, like if for example your one of the account like your Instagram account or your Facebook account is there, so how we can make our protect our account safely, like set a strong password. So I am telling you in further video how to set strong password and how see our password is strong or not. Everything I cover in the whole session. So after importance of cyber safety. So importance of cyber safety means key the digital age has interconnected billions, but this connectivity comes with a risk like identify thefts, financial frauds, and cyber attacks. According to cyber security statistics, cybercrime has grown exponentially, impacting individuals and business. Like there are so many kinds of business like your social media, e-commerce business. So we put your data on those kind of sites. So those are also crucial for us guys. awareness and preventive measures can reduce the risk significantly. So that reason this session or this course designed for you. So now types of cyber threats. So there are so many types of cyber threats like phishing, malware, ransomware, and data breaches. So what is the phishing? Phishing means deceptive emails, texts, or website designed to steal your personal information. So phishing is a fraudulent activity where attacker tricks victim into revealing sensitive information like password, credit card detail, credit card number, your CVV number, or social media details. So how this attack works, how it works. So attacker can send you one email or message poisoning legitimate organization like if you are working in XYZ place. So the phishing email created behalf on this your working place. So when you receive a mail regarding your working place, so you just check the email and you have to enter on URL or any other form. Then you try to fill the form, try to fill the information on this form. After the filling of information, so this information is malicious, you entering the some kind of detail like your password, username. So this detail goes to directly hackers at the back end of the site. So you don't know it is secure or not, it is a personal email or not, it is company email or not. So this is kind of phishing email. So attackers send email message poisoning as legitimate organizations such as banks or e-commerce platforms. Like victims are often lured to fake websites mimicking a genuine ones where they input sensitive data. So those kind of things performed by phishing attack. There are so many kinds of phishing attacks like shoulder suffering, social engineering attacks, email phishing, social media phishing. There are so many types. Every kind of phishing and wishing we see in further course. So don't about that. Everything I clear in whole course. So sign of phishing. So how we can protect our assets or protect our data from phishing attacks. So which kind of signs are there? Like first one is poor grammar or spelling errors in email. So this one is first sign to check our phishing email or not. So first thing is poor grammar or spelling errors in the email. So in emails phishing, urgent call to action like verify your account now, those kind of things. After suspicious link, then don't match a sender's domain. Like for example, you have received one email. Over the email, when you click on the URL in email, you have one URL is there. So when you click on the URL, so URL redirect you the authentication page of google.com. So just check the URL. It is real domain or fake domain. Like domain name is google.com. It is a domain name like google.com. So many times it's said by G00gle.com. So it is a kind of fake domain. So just check the suspicious link or not or don't match with the sender's domain. So those kind of things we check. Those kind of signs we check before the proceeding the process. After real life example, I'm telling you what a real life example. A victim receives an email starting at their online banking account is at the risk. The email contain a link fraudulent website that capture login credentials. Like you have received one mail from your bank or your company regarding your some details. So if I send you one phishing email and I telling about I am your CEO and I am from I require those kind of detail your, so can you send me at urgent basis. So when you send the details, so this is a fake kind of email are there. So when you send the details, it goes to the hacker. So that reason. So what kind of prevention tips for phishing attacks? So firstly, verify the sender's email address. It's in email phishing. So firstly, you check the email and verify the sender email address. Avoid the clicking on links from untrusted sources. Like there are so many kinds of untrusted sources. So we can check the URLs over the URL scans also. So check the URL, it is authorized or not authorized, or it is third party or not third party. So just check those kind of things. And also use multi-factor authentication for your social media accounts. So you can use your social media account, so you can enable your multi-factor authentication. After another cyber threat type is malware. I think you all are knows the malware. So malware is harmful software that can damage your device, steal your data, or spy on your activities. So malware is a sort of malicious software, like including harmful programs. Like there are set of programs are there; those are harmful for your devices. So that infiltrate systems to damages and steal your data. So now there are so many types of malware. So firstly is virus, ransomware, spyware, rootkit. There are so many kinds. But we consider three types like virus, ransomware, and spyware. So what is a virus? Virus is self-replicating program that corrupts a file. Means one virus. I'm telling you one example. I have one virus when it sent to a victim and it scratched their RAM. So why it's the occur. So in this program, there are set of programs or set of malicious ports or ED virus. When you execute the file on your system, so your RAM will be crashed, your data will be crashed. So those kind of things doing by viruses or doing by hackers. After second one is ransomware. So what is the ransomware? Ransomware looks a user out of their devices or files and demands payments for access. So the ransomware is based on the demands of payments for access. After spyware. So spyware is monitor user activity and steal sensitive information. Means yeah, I have installed one spyware into your device that attacker can track your activity, like how you can perform any kind of functionalities in your device and any kind of things you do into your devices. So every activity can checked by the or steal by the hackers. So this is about the spyware. So spyware is monitor user activity to steal sensitive information. So one of the real life example I have. So I'm just telling you one of the real life examples. The WannaCry ransomware attack in 2017 affected near about 2 lakh devices globally, encrypting user data, demanding ransom payments, everything. After the prevention tips, keep after prevention tips for the those kind of malware attacks. So prevention tip. So first prevention tip is keep your antivirus softwares are updated. So if you are install any antivirus software into your system, so keep updated to your antivirus software. Avoid the downloading files or apps from third party websites, third party sources, or untrusted sources. After regularly backup important data. So when you working into XYZ company, or you are a founder, or you are some VIP kind of person, so keep regularly backup of your important data, like you some send emails, you some send files, doc file, text files, you some sends images. So just take a backup of those kind of data. So that is helpful for you because it is prevention tip for you from my side. After third one is social engineering. So what is the social engineering? Firstly, social engineering. Social engineering attack is a exploit human psychology rather than technical vulnerabilities, like what kind of thinking of humans, like I am targeting a one person, like hacker is targeting one person. So he check their psychology, where he goes and what kind of food he eat and what kind of things he do in their daily routine. So he check the everything, every psychology of the person. He just take a looks on their likes or dislikes, everything he checks. After the checking, he try to make word list or try to make word list on their behalf on their likes, dislikes, and their activity to crack their social media accounts and crack their emails, passwords. So that reason, social engineering attacks is based on the human psychology rather than technological vulnerabilities. For example, pretexting. Attacker impersonates trusted entities to extract the information. After second one is baiting. Baiting is luring victims into a clicking harmful links by offering pre-buys. Like if you have some kind of laziness. So attacker send you one URL like based on the like you have got $1,000, you have got $2,000 on peeking on this URL. So those kind of URLs sent by hackers. So don't click on those kind of URLs. So real life example, I am also telling you one real life example on social engineering attack. An attacker poses as IT support, convening an employee to share their login credentials. So this is also an example of social engineering attack. So which kind of prevention tips for social engineering attack? So social engineering attack. So first prevention is verify the identity of anyone requesting sensitive information. Also, avoid the providing details of phone or email unless use instead the contact. Yes, if any other person call you regarding the payment process or OTP process, so verify the all things, verify the all backend things after you proceed for the process. Otherwise, not. So after third one is a ransomware. We see the ransomware. It is also type of malware. So malware that encrypt your file and demands the payment to unlock them. After four one is a data breaches. So there are so many multiple companies are there having falling into the data breach attack. So firstly the unauthorized access to sensitive data stored on the website server for databases. So one of the best example of data breaches is regarding the Air India in 2019. Air India falls in the data breaches attack. So there are so many kind of data. There are so many lines of data are breached by the hackers in 2019. After the data breaches, are so many data breaches like Zomato data breach are occur. After some time, McDonald data breaches occur. So those kind of data breaches are occur in this time to time. So we check the everything and see our data how we can save. And also I'm telling you all kind of prevention steps. So follow all kind of prevention steps, because if you follow the all kind of prevention steps, so you can secure your devices, your personal assets, your social media activities, your social media handles, your online identity, everything you can secure by using my prevention tips. After fifth one is cyberbullying. What is a cyberbullying? Cyberbullying involves the using digital platforms to harass to any person, harass to any other entity, harm individuals. So those kind of things are occur into cyberbullying. So there are so many forms of cyberbullying. So first one is posting malicious or harmful content or comment on social media. So if there are so many kinds of social media handles are there, so those kind of things occur into the social media accounts, like sharing your private or embarrassing images or videos without your consent. So those kind of things occur into cyberbullying. So third one is sending threatening messages, like any other send you a threat. So how we can deal, so those kind of threats, and how we can deal with cyberbullying. So after impact on victim, I'm also telling you prevention tip regarding cyberbullying. So, but what is the impact on a victim? So first one, emotional distress and anxiety and depression. After negative impact on self-esteem and mental health also matters, especially in young individuals. Mostly those things occur in females or males also, but mostly it's occur on female persons. So keep safety, and which kind of prevention tips we follow for the cyberbullying. So prevention tips are block and report online bullies, encourage open communications with trusted family members or mentors. You can communicate with your family members who are in cybersecurity or who are in police or he are in also any government entity. So you can share the detail regarding the cyberbullying. So you communicate with your family and solve the problem or solve the issue. Promote digital etiquette and kindness online. So those kind of thing also into cyberbullying. So we prevent our things by using those kind of tips. So after the safe internet practices and protecting families online. Second one is safe internet practices and protecting families online. So safe internet practices like strong passwords, two-factor authentication, be cautious with links, keep software updates. So or many kinds of things into safe internet practices. We covers one by one. So safe internet practices considering creating a strong passwords. So you is it is a unique kind of password, complex passwords. Avoid reusing them across different account. Now check the one practical example how we can set our password. Like admin, we set our password as admin. So if hacker try to crack this password into a 3 second, estimated time to crack of this password is 3 seconds. So for example, you are working into XYZ company. Okay? So you are working into XYZ company. So which kind of password we set as by default? XYZ. XYZ at the rate 123. So just 2 minutes takes to crack these passwords. So how we can make our strong password? So use your characteristics of strong password. So how we can make your strong password? Firstly, at least 12 characters long your passwords. So your password is at least 12 characters. It is a combined with uppercase, lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Avoid commas, preface, dictionary words, or personal information. Like now, I'm enter here one password xyz xyz at the rate it it is his your name like admin. Enter your name admin xyz at the rate your name and add some special character. Add some special characters. So like at the rate dot il. So check the result. So this is near about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14 letter, 14 character password. So estimate time to crack near about 27 years. It is a strong kind of password. If I add one special character at the starting like star, so just check estimate time is centuries. So this kind of password we try to set. So how we can set password? So by defaultly we try to set password like your phone number. We set your phone number password like I enter here by default password. Any other people try to set their password like 1 2 3 4 6 7 8. So less than second. This is the by default password. We try to set those kind of password on your social media. It's not so you can enter also your mobile number here. So when you enter your mobile number, so it is also in content 17 minutes. So you don't use your mobile number, your birth of date, and those kind of details. So that reason you are using at least 12 character wrong. Combine uppercase and lowercase letter, numbers and symbol. Avoid commas, phrases, and dictionary words or personal information like your name, like your birth date, like your child names. But don't use those kind of things to create your password at official sites or your social media handles. After second one, two-factor authentication. After second one, two-factor authentication. So one of the most thing I am adding in this part like password-based practices, like which kind of best practice we follow for the passwords. So use unique password for each account. You have like 3 to 4 accounts, so you use a unique password for particular account. After avoiding reuse old password, you don't use your old password over here. Avoid common phrases, dictionary words, or personal information. Or also store password securely using password manager like LastPass or IP first password. So use store password securely using password managers. So after two-factor authentication. So what is mean by two-factor authentication? Add an extra layer of security by requiring a port sent to your phone or email in addition to your password. So two-factor authentication, 2FA adds an extra layer of security on your application by requiring a second steps to verify identify such as the one-time code sent on your phone number or your email address like biometrics like fingerprints and facial recognition. Those kind of things also you can use into the two-factor authentication. So it is also important factor you add or you enable two-factor authentication on your social media handles. After, be cautious with links. This thing we covered into the phishing URL. So however, over links before clicking to check their destination and avoid clicking on suspiciously. After, keep software updated. Regularly update your operating system and software to patch vulnerabilities that hackers can exploit. After, safe browsing habits, like always you use HTTPS instead of HTTP. So HTTP is a unsecure protocol. HTTP is unsecure protocol and HTTPS is a secure protocol. So when you browsing any website, so check the parameter or check the port or check the protocol like HTTP or HTTPS. If there is a HTTP, so don't visit or don't transact your amount on HTTP protocol. Use HTTPS protocol anywhere on the internet. Avoid the clicking on pop-ups or suspicious ads. Like you, anytime you visit like third-party websites, so there are so many pop-ups or terms there. So you don't click on those kind of pop-ups or URLs also. There are so many advertisements also there, so don't click on any kind of advertisement. After, be cautious when using public Wi-Fi. Consider using a VPN for encryption. So also I am telling you one best thing. So don't use a public Wi-Fi because there are so many hackers are tracking you regarding tracking you in the man in the middle attack, like man in the middle attack. So attacker can track your activity using the Wi-Fi, which kind of browser you are using and how you can search, what things you are search, what kind of things you enter into your browser. Everything attacker can steal in the by using man in the middle attack on your public Wi-Fi. So many public Wi-Fi are compromises by hackers. So I suggest you, so don't use you public Wi-Fi. So use your private Wi-Fi also. So managing app permissions. Fourth one, managing app permissions, like app often if you are installing any other application, like you install a camera application. So there are no need for location. There is a no need for your Google account. So those kind of things are there. So don't install those kind of application. You try to uninstall those kind of application. If so, which kind of permissions are required for there? There is a two permissions is there required. First one is your camera permission. Another one is your gallery permission. Only two permissions are there. Like gallery permission is your storage permission. So only two permissions are required. But those kind of permissions are unusual permissions. So don't give those kind of permission for application. So best practices for managing app permission is review permissions during the app installation. After revoke the unnecessary permissions for install app, only download apps from trusted sources like or Google Play Store or your iOS store. So only you can download or install application on those kind of platforms. So those kind of things are best practices for managing app permissions. After fifth one, update software. I am also telling you. After protecting families other online, like protecting children and families online, like parental controls are there. Open communication is privacy settings is there. Education through children is there. So what is the parental control? So before the parental control, so educate your children. First thing is educate your children. So teach children to not to share personal information on online platforms. Encourage critical thinking before engaging the strangers on social platforms. So education is the best part for your children. So you just educate your child or educate your family regarding the social media handling and cybersecurity awareness. So everything you tell your children or family. First one is parental control. So use parental control software to filter inappropriate content, limit screen time, and monitor online activities. So use app like Google Family Link or YouTube Kids to filter content, monitor screen time, and set appropriate limits. After, open communication. So what is mean by open communication? Talk to your children about online safety, encourage open communication, and set clear rules and exceptions. like encourage your family members to report any uh, deconflicting or suspicious online activities are there. So encourage your family member to report those kind of things. After, create an open judgment free environment for discussing online issues. So those kind of things are there. After, I am this came telling you into a cyberbullying also. So those kind of things we cover into the protecting children and families online. After third one, we discussing about the how identify and prevent cyber threats. So, cyber threats are suspicious emails and messages. Like, what is the suspicious emails? Be wary of emails from unknown senders. For those with suspicious subjects like lines or attachments are there. After, unusual website behavior, like beware websites that look unprofessional, have stranger URL addresses, or request personal information excessively. After, third one is security alerts. Pay attention on security alerts or security warnings from your browser or operating system. So update your operating system, update your software. Everything is check time to time. Unusual activity on your devices, like watch for unusual activities on your devices, such as slow performance, unexpected pop-ups, or new programs you didn't install. So those kind of things you check into the your application. So those kind of things also help you guys regarding the unusual activities or your device security checkups. So everything we cover into the whole session. So just whole course, just check it. So after responding cyber incident, so third topic is responding to cyber incident and advanced safety tips. So identify the problem. So which kind of problem you are facing, like phishing problem, any fraud related problem, any transaction problem is there, any cyberbullying problem, any harassment problem is there. So just identify the problem, like determine the nature of the cyber incident and its impact. So you just determine the cyber incident. So after they determine the cyber incident, you take action on those kind of cyber incident you have. So disconnect from the internet, change your password, and contact relevant authorities or cybersecurity professional. Like, I'm giving you just a one scenario. You have one Instagram account. So if in your Instagram account you log in into the any other device, it is not your device, it another device. So you log in. Log in on this those device. So you just forget to log out device from this log out account on those device. So you try to log in into your device and change the password or log out this device from your original device. So those kind of action is required for those kind of things. So take a action like disconnect from the internet, like your Wi-Fi is compromised by hackers. Try to change your password. You change password or set the strong password. Use special characters, capital letters, smaller letters, uppercase, lowercase. Those kind of things you use into the your password. After, report the incident. So how you can report the incident? Report the incident to the appropriate authority or your internet service provider. So how we can report the cyber crime? So I am giving you the real time scenario is there. So if you have some fraud on your by like cyber caught on your social media accounts, so what kind of reporting steps for you guys? First step in India, report accident on National Cybercrime Reporting Portal, cybercrime.gov.in. You use the website and report your problem, identified problem, like a phishing problem is there or harassment problem is there, cyber problem is there. So just define your problem on cybercrime.gov.in and report. So contact local law enforcement for use the urgent cases. So just contact local law enforcement for urgent cases. After recovering from account compromise, if your account is compromised, so recovering, change password immediately for compromised accounts, enable multi-factor authentication, Notify your service provider or bank for financial account breaches. Like you, I think you are all using phone pay or Google Pay, UPI. So if your account is hacked, so you just acknowledge to your bank regarding your accounts, or block your ATM card, or block your internet banking. So you just acknowledge to your bank account regarding your issues. So just take immediate steps on those things. After financial scams or response, block affected bank accounts or credit cards, like files formal complaint with your bank and local authorities. So advanced safety tips from my side: use a password manager, use a strong password manager. So this tools generates store complex password, making it easier to maintain strong password credential across the account. You also use the Google Authenticator for the security codes. So multiple times the security code it changes, and you enter the security code and you log in into the your account, or login into the your any website. So where you using the Google Authenticator application. So this one thing you also follow. After regular data backups, so backup your critical data to cloud storage or external hardware. But you creating a cloud storage, so use there also strong passwords. So use automated backup schedules for convenience. After you also use the VPN users. VPN is your virtual private network. So virtual private network encrypt the internet connections, making your data secure even on public Wi-Fi. So those will also help you guys regarding your personal detail. After you use the biometric security, like you use your fingerprints, facial recognition, see there. So biometrics such as the fingerprint or facial recognition provides secure, non-duplicable authentication. So those are the all about the today's session, guys. So everything I clear you. So conclusion and keys. So stay informed, keep yourself updated, and the latest cyber threats and security practices. Protect your devices, use strong passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and keep your software updated. Be cautious online, be cautious about what you share, who you interact with, and what you click on. Seek help when needed. Don't hesitate to contact cybersecurity expert or report suspicious activity. So I think today we cover regarding the common cyber threat like phishing, malware, and cyberbullying. Secondly, we cover safe internet practices for individuals and families, and how to respond cyber incident effectively. So in common cyber threat, we cover phishing, malware, and cyberbullying. So everything we explain all terms into the whole video. So cyber safety is an ongoing process. By staying informed and vigilant, you can enjoy the benefits of digital world without falling victim to its risk. Thank you for attending the session, and let's work together to make internet safely for everyone. Every video is informative for you guys. So see you in next video.